Hey, everybody, It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First down throw from Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Mayfield. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Being chased out left. Oh, he's going to this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Demarius Randall. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Mayfield to throw it, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he's going to keep it here. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He's going to take off with it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. And an alley to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Out to his left. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Rolling to his right. He is going to find Hill here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Watkins, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. He was looking for Watkins that time. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. So deep trouble here, backed up to their own 1-yard line for 2nd and long. Out of his end zone, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, either throwing the touch.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Now, after the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded at the 20. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. And they come up here now, first down.
Hey, 43, 15. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 52, fellas. Let's go. Me and you all day.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Steps away. And his throw is incomplete. Greedy Williams, the rookie out of LSU, there to knock it away.
That's a really fine play there, because anytime you see a comeback route, that means you cannot just stay in one spot and make a play on the ball. You've got to move your feet and move with the receiver, and that's exactly what he did.
He may try and run for this. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Throwing now is Mahomes, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Watch twins.
And again, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's third and 7.
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Buying time to his left. And going deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
First down.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On first and 10, Mayfield got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Mayfield down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A run for Nick Chubb. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys there?
Well, with that incompletion, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team. I think Ryan Tannehill.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
I got you.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. We're back now in KC. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. A good pickup there at 22.
That's good. Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. Robinson's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here. And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. 23 yards on the play. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield, and this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 45 yards, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. Here we go. The Browns will go for 2.
Go. Go.
They'll try and run it in. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Check 15, check 15.
Here's McCoy. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
Sheldon Richardson on the stop. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4. At the 44-yard line.
Topper! Watch the screen!
To throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Hill. He's got it. 23 yards the pickup there. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Check pass, shit.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Yellow, on the line, right? Check 53, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get the first. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Down to the final play. That's where we win in this one, a dramatic finish. And I know that the field goal was going to be pretty long, but to not kick the field goal. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. First down, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Reggie Ragland. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Out comes Kansas City's offense, and Charles, a 4th straight AFC West title for the Chiefs, but still no Super Bowl appearance in 50 seasons. Could this year be different?
I think it could, and I was skeptical about it mid-season. But the reason I say yes, defensive line playing much better. I'm going to give you two names. Derek Nottie, defensive tackle. Chris Jones, defensive tackle, defensive end. They're stuffing the run game better. They're pushing the pocket against the passers. That's helped out the back end. And, of course, any team that has Patrick Mahomes at quarterback is always a threat. This is a good year for Kansas City to make that run.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get the penalty yardage back plus 5 more as they get it to 2nd and 5.
A gain of 10 brings up second at the 18-yard line.
Now this is Kelsey, a tight end carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Check. Lucky.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Nice 7, let's go.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes, escaping the and a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now here's Mahomes, forced out to his left. He'll run it. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Flush to his right. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Back to it after the pick six, Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down throw for Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Here we go.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Browns' 18-yard line.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
I'm coming.
Attack.
Let's go. Here we go. Number 53. Mike 53.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes on the move to his left. He can run for it, and Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talk to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 85 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
Man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. I know it's still just the first half, but we'll see if that 2 points looms large later.
I would have kicked it. And I know that they were trying to equal the score, but sometimes you kind of get seduced into that. It's the first half. Kick the extra point and continue to play so you don't have to chase points later.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. That race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams. Seahawks, 49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. How do you handicap this race? It seems like anyone can beat anyone.
I think you're spot on because if you were going into the playoffs with these teams that we're going to talk about, who would you make the absolute favorite? It could be anyone, right? It could be Seattle. It could be San Francisco. It could be New Orleans. I know Minnesota's probably going to come in as a wild card. Green Bay.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Justin Burris. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Flushed out right. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent. They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, it's Hill, complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Mahomes now on 1st down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill. 20! And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 46 yards. Now the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Big stop, let's go.
Hey, Ridley.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete at the 1. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland Browns ready to set up shop for their next drive. And this is a Browns team, Charles, that has been on a roller coaster ride this year. Entered the season with all those expectations. One bright spot's been Nick Chubb. He's been great at running back. He's in contention for the rushing title. But they didn't string together back-to-back wins until Week 11. And they've just been treading water all season. And get this, they're not going to finish above 500 this year. The last time that the Browns were above 500, 2007.
And just think that would have been, or let me rephrase that, that should have been a heck of a goal for this franchise. To show considerable growth, right? Move above 500. And show that they're going to be a contender for years to come. But things really got out of whack in the offseason. All of a sudden, people were talking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got there, all right? Even with hindsight, you're like, how is that discussion coming up? But it was. Super Bowl, playoffs, all of that. So now it looks like a major disappointment when they could actually finish 500. Which should show growth.
Well, sometimes expectations come, but for not the right reason. I mean, Baker Mayfield, he's a guy that makes a lot of headlines, OBJ, and a lot of drama this year. Sometimes those headlines weren't for the right reasons.
Exactly, and we have to remember, and we should have seen it coming, that we should have tempered things. Second-year quarterback, rookie head coach, meshing with new players and new talent on both sides of the ball. That usually takes time. We were looking for the quick fix.
Throwing, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will shave one more off this lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good work after the catch, going to net them 23 and a first. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Yellow. There's a wall there, right?
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 43 yards. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Sione Takitaki gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chad Thomas bringing the power on the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is taken at about the 14.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, Charles, while we have a second, you know, we talked about the NFC playoff picture, but I wanted to get your thoughts on a hot topic right now in NFL circles. That's awarding a home game to every division winner, regardless of record. It's happened twice in this decade that we've seen a 7-9 team in Seattle get a home game and a 7-8-1 Carolina team get one. Where do you stand on this? Because there's a scenario where you could have a 13-win team from the NFC West traveling to face an 8-win team from the NFC East.
I know I'm a dinosaur on this one. Absolutely. I love the division champ getting a home game. I don't care what the record is, and I know it sounds wrong, and we're in this society now where everything has to be fair and right. And we would like that, and I would like that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon picks up his second sack of the afternoon. They do go for it. It's Mahomes going deep here for Watkins. He's got him in. Complete. 4th down conversion plays. You usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And again, it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. Mahomes going to throw. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablets.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, 83 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. From the gun, Mayfield. this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Let's go. Do it.
And now here comes Kansas City. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's going to look deep for Watkins. He's got it at the 15. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down, Mahomes. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Butker's kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, but he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot right away for the... And that is caught! Touchdown, Kansas City! Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They give it off here to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of his end zone, Mayfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Back to throw, Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward, but he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.